Well, welcome back, my friends, for another fun reloading video. Today we're here on the bench and we're going to be testing out some Brazos Bullet Company 9mm 147 grain. This is a round nose, no lube groove design. They're spec'd out at 147 grains and they are 356 diameter. They're a high-tech coated projectile. And if you're a bullet caster, you understand what that means, but if not, it's essentially a synthetic jacket you can put on rather than having to copper plate it or use a metal jacket, which reduces cost, and you can do this at home. But also, if you're a mass producer of cast projectiles, high-tech is, from what I hear, the way to go due to the ability to do bulk quantities compared to powder coating. So anyways, they sent some into the channel here for some testing and a good honest review, so that's what we're doing. Go ahead and check out the 115 grain video if you have not. And remember, if you visit their site, use code DUMMYROUND for 5% off your first order from them. And by first order, I mean one per customer, so if it's your first time signing up, it will be your first order. If you're a repeat customer, you can use the code and still get the discount. Anyways, I went ahead and measured them. Well, I grabbed 10 of them and they all measured out right at 356 diameter. And then I went ahead and weighed 10 of them out as well. We have an average of 148.4 grains, a low of 147.7, which we had twice, and a high of 149.0. Our extreme spread, if you take your high and your low, subtract those, that's only a difference of 1.3 grains. That's pretty impressive. So that means we have an overall variance of less than 0.1%. That's pretty stinking consistent, if you ask me. Very well done, Mr. Brazos. But anyways, let's go ahead and get to loading. What we're using today are the Fiocchi small pistol primers. You guys know how much I love the 150 pack. That's always fun. And we have some Winchester 244 on hand. I've tested this load with a different coated projectile, so we should be good to go. It's not a maximum charge, so no worries there. And I basically just kept the same seating depth. Well, I left the seating stem alone and just ran this dummy round to see where it fit. And it's right at like 1.12 inches. Yeah, we're right at 1.12 overall length, which is within spec. And it plunks in and out of my Glock 17 up here, so no problem there. I'll just leave that where that is set and not have to adjust my seating stem at all. We will be using some brand new Starline brass. This is Nunts fired right out of the baggie. So let's, I guess we'll go ahead and load up a few. We'll go and do a test firing, see if they function and whatnot. And then we can try and put some on paper and hit some steel after that. Just kind of have some fun plinking around if it ends up working out for us. So stay tuned and let's get these loaded up. Alrighty, so we've already got our primers loaded up here. I've only got 5 of them. They don't need full length sized or really sized at all because it's pistol brass, brand new, but the die's already attached and I'll go ahead and run it. And it's always good to size new brass anyways, just to make sure it didn't get dinged up from the factory or rather from shipping or anything like that. But there's our Fiocchi primer, perfectly installed. Right at or below flush. Very nice. And we'll go ahead and add another and go from there. First, let's reinstall our locator pin. All right. Do a visual inspection, make sure we've got our powder. Very nice. I felt it positively primed there. And now we need our projectiles. Very nice. And now we have our bases loaded, just in time to only have one more to run after this. Make sure that's standing nice and straight when we go to run them up. And last one here. Case mounts are a little sticky there on my expander, but no big deal. All right, one more bullet to seat here. Final crimp. There we have our 5 rounds. Dang, don't they purty? All right, so we've got all 5 loaded up here. Let's go ahead. We'll just kind of blast them out in the backyard, make sure it functions and whatnot. Alrighty guys, we're out here real quick at the range. We've got our 5 rounds in our magazine, Glock 17. We're at roughly 10 paces, just seeing if we can fire these off and recover our brass, see if we get functioning. Well, let's do it. Magazine worked fine. Well, they functioned well enough. The brass is actually pretty clean, so it sealed off the gases very well. The wind clean burns pretty clean. Primers are nice and rounded still. I think these are nice. I can only find 4 of them though. Anyways, let's head back in, load up a few more and see what we do from there. Stay tuned. Back inside from the range, just taking a quick look here. You can see still very rounded primers, just the striker marks from the striker fired pistol, but you can see very, very clean brass still. Pretty much had full obturation of the cases. Might have a little bit of soot there, but you know, these aren't too dirty at all. I was only able to recover 4 of them, as you can see by the 6-hour time lapse, and it got dark out, so I have too much 9mm to worry about a single piece of Starline. But we have 4 of them, good deal. I'm gonna load up maybe 30 more, and so I'm gonna load up maybe, how much room do we have here? Let's load up maybe 30 or 40 more, just to fill up that ammo box, and then we'll go have a nice range day with the other Brazos 115s, and then we'll do the 147s together. We'll shoot some groups, shoot them over the chronograph, all that fun stuff. So stay tuned for Brazos range day here in a little bit. But thanks for tuning in. As you can see, these loaded up just fine. No issues at all. They cycled, they ran, they fired, and they hit the target I was aiming at from a pretty close distance, but regardless, they did their job just fine. So once again, if you want to go check out Brazos Projectiles, look them up on the internet and use code DUMMYROUND for 5% off your first order once again. So thanks again for tuning in, folks, and we'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.